I hope I look okay.
Let's see what's going to do here.
Should I
All
turn
right,
my
so this is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady, sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. If you need help with accounting and taxes and personal finances, contact me today at dakotagrady.com. And yeah, let's get started. So today I got a guest, Miss actually Dr. Betty Speaks. Let me give her a little quick bio real quick, and then I'll let her tell y'all about what she does and who she is real quick, y'all. So Dr. Speaks is an esteemed educator and graduate of the University of Maryland, University College, United Graduate College and Seminary International, Word of Life Ministries International, as well as numerous other prominent institutions to include her life journey accolades. So, Dr. Speaks, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm
Dr.
fine. How about
Dakota.
you?
I am good now.
So, tell about who you are and what you do, Dr. Speaks.
Well, listen, I do have a lot of accolades. I am the one and only Dr. Betty Speaks. And I usually tell people when Betty speaks, no one else listens. That way they can remember my authentic name and not ask me, what's your real name? So that is my real name. And I tell you, I am retired from the United States Army. I have a lot of leadership skills that I now carry on based on my leadership skills in the Army. I'm the CEO and founder of A Life Change Now. Life meaning live intentionally for eternity. Now, why the word now? Because there's no other way. There are so many new opportunity of windows that are open, and that word now has so many other additional phrases. It's just an acronym that I currently use. And the reason I have a life change now, because in our life we have four components, four major components, and I just instituted a fifth one. That's professional development, personal development, spiritual growth, financial literacy, and then the fifth one is health. So I will turn the mic back over to you, my friend, because I know you only gave me a limited time.
Thanks, Dr. Speaks. So, let's talk about leadership and your role in the Army. How did you learn leadership? I guess you can define it, and then how did it take part in your life as, say, being in the Army?
I am that first child that was born. So, being the firstborn, you automatically assume leadership responsibilities, right? You have a first child. I know this. So after this graduating from high school, I decided to join the military. Oftentimes people would graduate from high school and then they would come back to high school and bully those students that are still in school. It's like, what are you going to do with your life? Why are you here bothering us? We want to get our education too. So I said, when I graduate, I am not going to come back and be a hang around. I want to go and do something with my life. My family didn't have the finances to send me to college. So, and I didn't have them upon graduating from high school. So that recruiter came to me and said, you can go and be all you can be in the Army. It's fun travel and adventure. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to pay for your finances. They're going to pay for your room and board, and it went on and on and on. But little to say, I did not know what I had really signed up for. But that's when my leadership began. It's like joining the military, being in charge with soldiers that had never had leadership skills before, such as raising their siblings or being a part of an important role to their siblings. So I stepped out of my household by leading an example of taking care of myself and then learning how to save monies to purchase that first apartment or that first car, and knowing from there that I had to take hold of those life components, and financial literacy is definitely one of the key of them.
Mm. So managing your finances in the army, like I have a niece in the army, and actually I have a client who was in the army too, or I think in the army, and actually my niece is in the Air Force, excuse me, but my client was in the army, if I'm not mistaken, and actually she was saying that no, Air Force too. I was thinking about that. So basically, my client was telling me that she didn't learn how to handle her finances. And when she got out of the Army or the Air Force, excuse me, she didn't know she had to file taxes.
Right.
Is that something that they did not teach financial literacy in the Army or in the
Oh
Air
my
Force or in the
goodness.
military?
Of course, we have financial departments, you know. I would have loved to have been that young lady's supervisor, because as a supervisor, that's one of the things you do. You build community with your soldiers. You find out your soldiers, their health and welfare, how things are going at home, how are things with you. So you get counseled in the military on indebtedness, you know. If you owe someone money and you're not able to pay that, you can ask her if she ever got counseled for finances in the military, or have she known of one of the other soldiers that was counseled in the military based on their finances. So they do have a financial a financial program in the military, especially for those that get into debt. I mean, I could show you, we could talk more about that. And then we can get some of the veterans, because I'm a veteran too. And I love being a veteran because vets help vets. But yes, there is definitely a phenomenal program that's in the military. And I say all branches that's there to support those individuals that are seeking financial assistance and financial development. And I'm a living witness to that.
Mm. I guess it's what people want to know about. I guess if it's that if things are available, resources are available, maybe they didn't know about it or they just didn't think about it. I don't know. I mean, like, what's your take on that?
And I think I remember being in the eighth grade, and my classmates and I are still best friends today. And one of the things I recall one of the other classmate asking her, "How do you know so much?" And she replied, "Reading is fundamental." You know, if you don't research something, you'll never find anything out. Now with Google and some of these other platforms, you could just research military assistance for finances, or finance, whatever that thing is ticking in your head. You can Google it. And then what's the other new app that's out there? AI, you know? There's so much information and resources out there that one can ask. One of the things is that as I retired from the military, I'm not sure about your clients. As you get more and more involved in the military, and you assume leadership positions, you're educated on the things you need to teach your soldiers, and finances is one of them. So I would question her background. How far did she go? If she only spent 4 years or 3 years, why would her leader, and knowing that she was going to get out, then one would say, why would they waste their time on educating them when all they want to do is get the patch, or get the teacher said, yes, I was in the military. So as you stay longer in, and you attend more professional development schools in the military, you will learn more about how to take care of your soldiers, and especially how to take care of yourself while you're taking care of your country.
Mm. So one key thing that you learned in the military regarding leadership, what's that one key that you learned that you implemented and executed on in your life?
It's definitely community, civility. Those are like, pet peeves for me. And then that, influencing others with hope, because when, as just by being in the military, I was on both friendly and unfriendly territories. So, and that's what I can say about that. And people just go ahead and read into it. Just read into it. Yes, friendly and unfriendly territories. So when you influence another person with hope, help other people excel. When you influence another soldier with hope, help other people enjoy life. When you influence that other person with hope, help other people every day, you become an amazing leader. Look at you. I love your expression. That's what learning and becoming a professional leader is. You show up and you set the example. Honestly, it's just like you and I are both believers, and being believers, we try to follow the one and only image. So, as a leader, you will want that soldier to follow your image. Thank you.
Wow, I like that. It's dope. So, you have anything you want to leave with the audience before we close on the podcast?
I do. I know this podcast was about coins, cash, and conversations, and then there's another C that I want to add that we could talk about that I do workshops on, and that's consumer rebellion, because my friend Dr. Dakota is all about finances. And when he tells you and do a lot of people don't know about consumer rebellion, but I encourage them. I don't want to share that with them now, but I encourage you to Google that, even in yourself, because, like I said, reading is fundamental. This is your mind. Don't waste it. You know that slogan, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Check out coins, cash, and conversations, and then check out that important word that's all over America today. It's consumer rebellion. And also that I appreciate being on your show today. If you don't live any other way in your life, live it intentionally for eternity.
Like that. Dr. Betty, how can people find out about you online, social media, your website?
You ask so many good questions. And this is not even rehearsed. The thing about it, I always tell people you can Google me, and I'm the one that's this color. Is you just Google Betty Speaks, and again, he's laughing at me. Stop it. And I have a website, bettyspeaks.com. You can leave comments there and ask me if you want to know any more about cash coins, conversations, and consumer rebellion. Or if you want to know anything about one of the components that I spoke on today, that's professional development, personal development, spiritual growth, financial literacy, and then I have a personal health coach. So that is implemented in my life as well. Just go to my website, or yeah, my website, bettyspeaks.com, and type in the comments there that, hey, I want to know how I can get on Dr. Dakota's show too.
Dr. Betty, thank you for your time.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
This is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady, sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. Contact me today at dakotagrady.com.